Good day, grade 9 learners. How are you today? Are you feeling good? So great to know that. I would like you to sit on your most comfortable chair. Bring with you the self-learning modules and your pen. Are you now excited for today's activity? For today's lesson? Great to know that. We will be discussing about right triangle similarity theorem or RTST. We're going to define what is right triangle similarity theorem. Identify the special properties of right triangle similarity theorem and of course solve problems involving right triangle similarity theorem. Are you now ready? Are you now excited? Me too! I'm so excited to be with you this day. From the previous lesson, we learned that triangles are said to be similar if they have congruent angles and the sides are proportional to each other. At this point, we're going to define what is right triangle similarity theorem. Accordingly, if the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse of a right triangle, then the two triangles formed are similar to the original triangle and to each other. With this illustration, we have the right triangle EBM, wherein angle B is our right angle. And of course, line segment EM is our longest side or the hypotenuse. From that illustration, we drawn line segment BA. It stands as the altitude to the hypotenuse of the triangle EBM. So then, after drawing an altitude, what do we have? How many right triangles do we have now? Great! We have 3 right triangles. We have the original right triangle EBM. We also have the smallest right triangle BAM. And of course, the bigger right triangle EAB. So then, because the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse of the right triangle, this one here, line segment BA is the altitude, then we can say that the two triangles form. This one here, triangle BAE and the triangle BAM is similar to the original right triangle EBM. Therefore, we can say that the right triangle EBM, this one here, right triangle AEBM is similar to the right triangle BAM and of course similar to the right triangle EAB. Let's discuss now special properties of right triangles. But before going through, we're going to explain further what is geometric means. Geometric mean is the square root of the product of two positive numbers. The square root of the product of two positive numbers. Example, find the geometric mean between 9 and 4. Find the geometric mean between 9 and 4. So we're going to solve for the geometric mean. Say our geometric mean stands for x. So you can say x is equal to the square root of 9 times 4. Because geometric mean is the square root of the product of two positive numbers. So you can have x is equal to the square root of 9 times 4. What is 9 times 4? Great, we have 36. So x is equal to the square root of 36. What do you think is the square root of 36? You can have, great, x is equal to positive 6. Let's try this similarity in right triangles. Let's review first before going to the activities we have. Accordingly, the altitude of the hypotenuse of a right triangle divides the triangle into two triangles that are similar to the original triangle and to each other. So you have here the right triangle ABC, wherein the right angle is at angle B. If we're going to draw an altitude which is perpendicular to your hypotenuse, line segment AC, therefore we can draw how many triangles? How many triangles do we have now? Yes, great. There are three right triangles and is said to be similar to each other. So you can say right triangle ADB is similar to the right triangle BDC, which is also similar to the right triangle ABC. They are similar to each other. Let's try this activity. You have geometric mean with altitude. Corollary to the theorem of the right triangle similarity. Accordingly, the length of the altitude to the hypotenuse of the right triangle is the geometric mean of the lengths of the segments of the hypotenuse. If we have here the illustration, how do we get the length of the altitude? The length of the altitude is the geometric mean of the lengths of the segments of the hypotenuse. So if we have here the hypotenuse, we're going to get the measure of the segment here and the other segment here and get the geometric mean. Again, how do we solve for the geometric mean? Yes, geometric mean is the square root of the product of two numbers. In other words, if this segment here is 5 inches and the other segment here is 8 inches, to solve for the altitude is you just get the square root of the product of the two numbers here, the segments of your hypotenuse. So what do we have? Altitude is equal to square root of 5 times 8. What is the square root of 5 times 8? Great, you have square root of 40. Simplify square root of 40 by getting the factors. Factors in such a way, one of the factor is a perfect square. So, what is the square root of 40? What do we have? Great, we have square root of 4 times 10. And what's the square root of 4? Oh, very good. Therefore, your altitude is equal to 2 square root of 10. Let's try another activity. Given the figure below, solve for x by applying the special property of right triangle, that the altitude is just the geometric mean of the two segments of your hypotenuse. So what do we have? We have here the right triangle wherein your altitude is equal to 12. And the two segments of your hypotenuse here is x and 18. So again, your altitude is the geometric mean of the two segments of your hypotenuse. So you can say geometric mean is 12. So therefore 12 is equal to the square root of product of this 18 times x. So great with that. 12 is equal to the square root of 18 times x. Simplifying further, how do we get rid of this radical sign? Yes, very good. Squaring both sides. To simplify further, we have 12 squared and is equal to the square of the quantity, square root of 18 times x. Simplifying further, 12 squared is 144 equals 18 times x. Then, getting the value of x by dividing both sides by 18. So, therefore, x is equal to 8. Question. Okay, great. Very good. There is no question. Let's proceed to the next activity. So, let's try the second property, special properties of right triangle similarity theorem, which is second corollary in finding for the geometric mean. Accordingly, if you have this illustration, the length, the altitude to the hypotenuse separates the hypotenuse so that the length of each leg, this one here, this leg here, and the other one leg here, is just the geometric mean of the lengths, the total length of the hypotenuse and the length of the segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to the given leg. So in this case, if we have here the segment 3 inches and the other segment here is 9 inches, what will be the total measure of the hypotenuse? Great, 12. Therefore, we can say that x here, which is one of the leg, to find for the measure of one of the leg is the geometric mean of the total measure of the hypotenuse, which is 3 plus 9 is 12. And of course, a segment of your hypotenuse, which is adjacent to the given leg. So you can have 3 and 12. So you can have 3 is part of the hypotenuse closest to the side of x or adjacent to the leg. And of course, 12 is the whole hypotenuse, the sum of the hypotenuse. So what do we have here? X is equal to, yes, great, square root of 12 times 3. Very good. X is equal to 12 times 3. And what is 12 times 3? Great, 36. So x is equal to square root of 36. Therefore, x is equal to 6. Very good. Let's try this activity. Given the figure below, solve for y by applying the special property of right triangle similarity theorem. So again, you have here the illustration. We are looking for one of the leg, which is y. And the value of the measure of your hypotenuse here is 18 plus 8 is 26. The total measure of your hypotenuse is 26. And one of the segment which is closest or adjacent to your leg is 8. Therefore, since leg is the geometric mean of the sum of the total measure of your hypotenuse times the segment of your hypotenuse, one of the segment that is adjacent to your leg. So you can have y is equal to square root of 26 times 8. And what is 26 times 8? You have square root of 208. Simplifying further, what do we have? What will be the factor of square root of 208? That will be 16 times 13. And what is the square root of 16? Great, that is 4 square root of 13. Question. Were you able to get the two special properties of right triangle similarity theorem? So great with that. Next, finding the geometric mean. Given the figure below, solve for z. So you have here, at this time, we are solving for the longer leg of your right triangle, of the original right triangle. So again, to solve for z, z here is the geometric mean of the total measure of your hypotenuse times the one of the segment that is adjacent to your given leg. So you can say z is equal to 18 plus 8 is 26. 26 times 18 because 18 here is a segment adjacent to z. Therefore, we can say that z is equal to square root of 468. Simplifying further square root of 468, what do we have? That is square root of 13 times 36. And 36 square root of 36 is 6 square root of 13. So the measure of the longer leg here is 6 square root of 13. So great with that. Let's try another. Given the figure below, solve for f. You try this. I will give you 15 seconds for this. Time start now. Great. So let me see your solution. Again here, to solve for the longer leg, your F here is the geometric mean of your hypotenuse, which is 12, times the the segment adjacent to your given leg. So you can have here F is equal to square root of 12 times 10. Great. F is equal to square root of 12 times 10. And what is the square root of 12 times 10? Simplify further. We have square root of 4 times, great, 4 times 30. And the square root of 4 is 2. Therefore, F is equal to 2 square root of 30. Were you able to make it? Great. Very good. Okay then, at this time, we're going to solve real-life problems involving right triangle similarity theorem. We have here the problem. Kindly read. To estimate the height of a falcata tree, Muhammad positions himself so that his line of sight to the top and bottom of the tree form a 90-degree angle. His eyes are about 5.3 feet above the ground and is standing 16 feet from the tree. What is the height of the tree to the nearest foot? Okay, so for us to understand the problem, for us to picture out the problem, we need to illustrate. This is then the falcata tree wherein Muhammad positioned himself in such a way that if he will look above and to the bottom of the tree, he can form a 90-degree angle. And from his line of sight, from his eyes here to the line of sight to the tree is 16 feet. And he is standing 5.3 feet to the eye level. The question is, we are going to solve for the height of the tree. What do you think is the height of the tree? Can you think of that special property of right triangle similarity theorem that is applicable to this problem? I introduce with you two special property of right triangle similarity theorem. We have the first one, that the altitude is the geometric mean of the two segments of your hypotenuse, and of course the length of the leg. The second one, the length of the leg of your right triangle is the geometric mean of the measure of the hypotenuse and the leg adjacent to the given. So, what do you think is applicable to this? Great. We have the first corollary, that the length of the altitude to the hypotenuse of the right triangle is the geometric mean of the lengths of the segments of the hypotenuse. So in other words, altitude is the geometric mean of these segments here. So you can have 16 feet is equal to, yes, 5.3 times x. So therefore, simplifying further, squaring both sides, we have 16 squared is equal to the square root of 5.3 times x. So we have 256 is equal to 5.3 times x. Dividing both sides by 5.3, so you can have the value of x is 48.30 feet. So great with that. Question. The question is, what is the height of the tree to the nearest foot? We are looking for the height from top to bottom. So what do you think is the height? You can have 5.3 plus the value of x here, which is 48.30. So therefore, the height of the falcata tree is 48.30 plus 5.3 is, great, 53.60 feet. Question. Do you understand now the importance of right triangle similarity theorem? So great to have that. Congratulations! If you were able to get the answer correctly, that means to say, very good, you're doing great. You were able to get or grasp the concept. Congratulations. But if you were not able to get the answer correctly, that means to say, we need to to review the concept more. We need to be careful with the process of solution, and of course, we need to view this presentation again for us to familiarize and to understand the concept. Thank you so much for today's lesson, grade 9 learners.
Thank you. That will be all for today. See you next time.